What's up, collectors? Today we're going to take a look at the Spartan CTF Base Crashers by Mega Construx. This set is in their Halo line of red versus blue multiplayer style sets, and it contains the members of the blue side, which have the red flag captured, and it was paired with another set, which was an Arctic Warthog, which came with the red team members and the blue flag. So, hopefully, if you're lucky, you're able to get your hands on both, and if not, I'm going to try and show you whether or not you should pick this one up. With that, I'm going to get out my trusty knife, and we're going to get right into it. And I'd like to know, as I'm pretty new to YouTube and this whole thing, whether or not you'd like to actually see me unbox them as part of the videos. I know I could save some time on your end and my end by not doing this on video, but I think people might like to see it too, to have that feeling of opening it together. So as you can see, I come in from the left here because the packaging always, there's a little gap here, it's not glued on all the way, so I think that's always the easiest way to get into the package. We're cutting into it here. And it should be fairly easy to just pull out the figures now. So here it is. It's basically just what's in here. There's no additional pieces, although there are some instructions, which I'm hoping, as a seasoned collector, I won't need to complete this little set. So let's take a better look at what we're getting here. So we have the one Spartan Rogue, we have a blue Spartan Recon, we have the blue Spartan, who is a Mark IV, I believe, Gen 1, so he's like the Halo 3 style. This is all based on Halo 3 style multiplayer. And we have the one translucent or active camo Recon again, so there's a duplicate even in the set, but I think this is a good addition. We'll go over the weapons quickly, and of course I'll take these out so you can get a better look, but we have the Halo 3 style shotgun, the older molded Spartan laser, we have the new molded assault rifle, and we have an active camo flamethrower, also in the newer Halo 3 style mold. And we have the excellent red flag here. So let's pop it out. First things I'm noticing is that this flagpole seems to be a little warped, so we'll pop that out. Oh, that really came out. And we'll move some of the extra cardboard pieces out. So we have a warped flagpole there. We have 4 white stands, which are in the cookies and cream kind of molding, which matches the Arctic style of the set very well. Unlike the old figures, these figures don't have any of the snow patterns on their feet, which, you know, whether or not, I'm not sure if you would consider that a downgrade or not. I think that was a really cool pattern they used to do, but maybe it makes these figures easier to use along with the rest of your collection. So I suppose that would be a pretty big upside to it. So we'll start by taking a look at the Spartan Rogue. Here he is from the front. He's basically just the Mark IV armor, exactly. Every piece is the same, except for the helmet. In my own personal opinion, this is one of the uglier, just Spartan armors in general. I don't think Mega Construx did a bad job by any means of recreating it in this line. However, I do think the face mold is just kind of ugly, and there's not a lot of unique pieces on this figure. Next, we'll get into the Spartan Mark IV Gen 1. This figure, I think he's a pretty classic figure, of course, so you can appreciate that. And given, you know, in multiplayer, of course, you would see tons of this skin. It is a good addition for that reason. I think the weakness of this figure is I'm pretty sure this is the exact same figure, if not a slightly lighter blue, than the Spartan that came in the A New Dawn series of blind bags. There was a blue Spartan Mark IV Gen 1 just like this in that series, although I think it was slightly darker. But even so, this kind of feels like a reused character. We get lots of this armor mold these days. So not super unique, but I definitely think for the whole multiplayer aspect of it, he's a good figure to add to your collection nonetheless. We have the Recon Spartan here. I know this is a favorite armor of many, and of course it was very desirable back in the days when you were trying to unlock it in Halo 3. And as a Mega Bloks figure, it was always a rare armor piece, like the original black one from the elephant was very, just rare, but also like a treasure if you had it, you know. So this figure, he's very good. I think they did a great job of translating it to the new articulation when they made that change, and I don't really have any complaints about this figure. I think he looks good in the blue, and definitely represents Halo 3 multiplayer well. Finally, we're going to get to the active camo Recon. And obviously the same thing goes for this one as the blue one. Sorry, I dropped him there. As you can see, we're working on my YouTubing skills. But not too much to say about this one, other than he's a good addition to the set. And, you know, for $10, which I hadn't mentioned previously, this is a $10 set, you're paying, say, $250 for $2.50 each for these figures. And this one is definitely worth the most to me. I mean, he might even be worth half the value of the set to me because he's the most unique. He has the best pieces. You know, obviously he was supposed to be the highlight, but for $10, you're only paying $2.50 for each character, and you get a slew of weapons and stands, as you can see here, and you get the flag. So you do much better on, you know, price per piece than you would get in a blind bag, and I think the value is certainly there. I don't like that this flagpole isn't the same color as usually the flagpoles are gold all the way through. I don't understand why it switched to gray. I'm not even sure if that's more game accurate. I just think that's a weird change in Mega Construx after so long in the line. And it's a little short of a flagpole, and there's no actual stand to place it in like there usually is. But obviously it's good. We got all the stands for the figures. We got a one weapon each. You would never get a Spartan laser in a blind bag, so that is an obvious step up. And I think that these figures are really good just for army building, for any sort of multiplayer diorama you might want to make. And with that, I'm going to end this review here. I hope you enjoyed. This was the Spartan CTF Base Crashers with 87 pieces, all of which are characters, huh? So I'll see you in the next one, collectors. Happy hunting.